Giving all glory and honor and praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Krakadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and giving us this 100% truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect and salutations. Beginning with the 144,000, the rest of the men, women, and children of the great multitude. I'm your brother Magan Shalamar. The title of this video will be Esau shall build, but the Lord is going to throw down. And this is a quick video showing you that Trump is using this pseudo attempt as an excuse of why he need the money to build this ballroom in adjacent to the White House. And the main point of this building is to show you who Esau is, because wherever they went, they rebuilt it, and they rebuilt it the same architect that they used when they was up in the mountains of Mount Seir. And that's one of the ways we also know we track these devils down, man. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, because their architect stays the same. So I'm gonna let this video play. This fair use, not for monetary gain, but for educational purpose only. Fair use.
Time now is 5:14. Moving along on your Monday morning. Now to a look at today's other top headlines.
President Trump says his plan to build a ballroom at the White House is needed more than ever after Saturday's shooting at that D.C. hotel that hosted the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And on Sunday, the Justice Department called on an historic preservation group to drop its lawsuit that's currently blocking that construction. Department officials say the shooting at the Washington Hilton shows that the planned ballroom would provide the space needed for the safety and security of the president.
So you see the architect, you see these pillows, gigantic pillows. You see the demons they always put at the top of the pillows, or these columns, like big coliseums. They're known everywhere. You go to Europe, where Edomite rule, you're going to see these type of buildings. Everywhere the Edomites are in their government palaces, I call it, you're going to see this type of architect. Let's get a couple photographs where we can prove it. Okay, so this is one of the pictures here. Is Mount Seir, and as you can compare, you see the same exact thing. You see the pillows at the top, the ruins on the left hand side. That's Mount Seir, Petrol Jordan known today. The exact same type of architect. You know, you see it. Look at this. You know, same type of architect, the same type of pillows. You see the eagle. You know, we know that's prophecy. Who this devil is. They're gonna set their nest high. They're gonna set their nest high as the eagle's nest. And that's what that devil did. He went out space. He got blessed with this technology. But we could see that they rebuild it. So this is what Trump and the Edomite is still doing. You know, they all know who they are. The top banker families, the top elites, you know, beginning with the international banker families, the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, the Murdochs, the Oppenheimers, the Gettys, the Morgans, all of these high echelon people, these elites, they know who they are, and they know who we are, and they can't deviate from the prophecy, you know. And those are in the truth. Great Millstone, you know, we know through prophecy who these Edomites are, because Great Millstone is known for going into the prophecies, not these other Israelite camps. You know, they took a 501c3, so they into other things as far as packing their wallets with money, with lucracy. But you see who this devil is, you know, and it's important that we know who this devil is, because That's the one that's going to bring about the mark MOTB, micro C hit. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1. We're going to start at verse 1. It says, the burden of the word of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said Yahawah. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said Yahawah. Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountain and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And again, this is going into Esau's downfall when they are being, when Yahawashi returns, he's going to wipe them off the face of this earth. And there's his rulership off the face of this earth. And America is going to be destroyed and become that wilderness, nothing but dragons and wild desert animals that's going to inhabit America. But Esau going directly into 1,000 years of slavery when after Yahawashi returns. As soon as he get here, putting their ass into going to work for 1,000 years, and then they're going to be rounded up and they're going to be burned up off the face of this earth. They're going to be extinct. They're the only nation, so-called white man. Esau is the only nation that has not been given any mercy, promised any mercy from the Heavenly Father. It says, verse 4, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And they done that. When they came out of them mountains, when they was released from the pit of Europe, 1,000 years being in the pit, they came back into power through because of prophecy had to be fulfilled, and that was during the Renaissance. And that word Renaissance means rebirth. So what did they do? They came back and they rebuilt it. The same types of ruin that's over in Mount Seir, they rebuilt it. Those same architects today, and those are the photos that we see of their architect, and they rebuilt it. And it says, thus said Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts. Hosts of what? Hosts of his armies, great army of angels and chariots. It says, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahawah has indignation forever. Yahawah is going to let this Trump, he want to build that building, build it. But guess what? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to throw that shit down, man. You building it for nothing. But we know prophecy has to be fulfilled. You go ahead and this is your kingdom, Esau. So you go ahead and live it up and build all the toys you want to build. But time is running out. You on the clock. And your time is ticking. We down to the last, hopefully this year. The hopeful year coming up, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, waiting on you to go ahead and just make that happen, man. Y'all get together and bring out the MOTB, the micro C hip, and it's on and popping from there. So you got time, but your time is running out. You better have boots on the ground right now and have them architects go ahead and laying ground, because Yahawashi is going to throw that bitch down. You understand? It's going to become a place for wild birds and cormorants, But that place is going to be destroyed, man. This whole America is going to be destroyed. And wherever you go, you the border of wickedness. Wickedness is found wherever you are. There's no other nation on this earth is more wicked than Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Wherever he goes, he promotes wicked, killing, stealing. That's what he is. He's the biggest thief on this earth. He's the biggest murderer, convictus, thief, liar. And it says, the people against whom Yahawah had indignation forever. Let's go on that word, indignation. Zion, right? Zion says, abhor, defy, angry, abominable. You are abominable to the Lord, man. Be angry, indignant, be defiant. That's how he feel against you, man. Express indignation in speech, denounce, curse. You a curse, a real curse. You the true curse. You so cursed that Yahawah gave you the curse of being leper. But you a clean leprosy though. But you cursed, the curse of Cain. You know. It says under the Strong's definition, it says to foam at the mouth, to be enraged, abhor, abominable, angry, defy, indignation, to foam at the mouth. You know you mad when you foaming at the mouth. When you upset and your mouth turns dry and you foaming at the mouth, man, you don't really see that too often. So that's how Yahawah feels about this devil Esau Edom, you know. And that's why you're gonna be destroyed off the face of this earth after you do your hardcore slavery. You going into slavery. You and these other heathen nations. Y'all ass is going into slavery. We ain't gonna get past that first. We're gonna have fun destroying your ass here on earth, and then you're gonna come right back and we're gonna destroy your ass again. You know? This is Sirach chapter 33. I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. And much knowledge the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, have divided them and made their ways diverse. Right? Because we're in three classifications of men. There's three classifications of men on this earth. You have the Son of God, the Son of the Most High, which is the Israelites. You have the Son of Man, which are the heathen nations. Then you have the Son of the Wicked, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. They are made to be wicked. They're put on this earth as being to be the wicked one. It says, some of them have he blessed, which are the Israelites, and exalted, starting with the elect. And some of them he sanctified, which are the elect of the Israelites, right? And set near himself. But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. And that's Esau Edom. Because you're going to be brought low. You're going to be at the bottom. Once you lose this kingdom of yours, when Yahawashi returns, because we can't do it. We don't have the power as carnal men. We don't have that power to take anything back from Esau. The Lord blessed Esau with the sword, with the mighty sword, and he has to be the one who takes that sword out of his hand. You know, this is a spiritual warfare. We out on the highways with our with the word of Yahawah's word of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi in our mouths. We are at war with Esau, but physically we have to wait on the Lord. You know, he's gonna have to come back and destroy this man. Verse 14 it says, verse 13 it says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it as he pleaseth, to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh him best. Salakia, my words ain't coming out clearly today. Forgive me for that. But yeah, the Heavenly Father, he's the potter's. That's his hands who made it. He fashioned it the way he wanted to be fashioned. He take the same lump of clay and made one vessel fitted for mercy, and the other vessel he fitted for destruction. And the ones who got fitted for mercy are the Israelites, and the ones fitted for destruction are Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the Edomites. It says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. It's all about Esau and Jacob. Good, evil. Well, I should say Jacob and Esau. Good versus evil. You know, that's what this whole movie of the Heavenly Fathers is all about. And we get in the kingdom under Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and then you have the David's tabernacle and his men set up in government. You know, starting with King David on the Yahawashi, then there's 12 apostles, then you have the 144,000. You know, and then the rest of the elect, of the men, women, and children of the unnumberable multitude, the great multitude. You know, it says, so look upon the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against the other. So you see, that's the way the Lord made it. He made it that way because he's a man of war. Let's get that real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 13. It says, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up the jealousy like a man of war. You see that? He's a man of war, man. He loved this fight. He loved controversy, like the brothers, the elders brought out at camp last week. You know, Yahawah, he loves the controversy. He's in the midst of that, but he know that he has his elect slated to win. We got the Lord. If I'm prayed, I'm part of the some of the men of the hopeful elect, that we know that we have angels on our side, man. It said, he shall cry, yeah, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. And who is his top enemy? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. You are his top enemy. You know? So yeah, go ahead and build, and go ahead and, you know, have your fun, because your time is almost up, man. Because what? Proverbs 16:4. It says, Yahawah hath made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. And that's what he reserving you for, Esau, for that day of evil. You know, when he returns, and he's going to put upon your head double. You know, this place is going to be ashes to ash, dust to dust once the fire go down from them ICBM missiles coming from Russia and China and their allies, and also coming from Yahawashi Mashiach and his holy angels inside them chariots. That's going to be raining down them laser beams from them chariots, man. That's pure fire that you can't even manufacture the type of heat coming from them laser beams. So that little building that you building, the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi gonna throw that shit down, man. Lord willing, this year. So giving all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Karhakadash. Again, double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, well. Shalom.